next, I'll give you 3 myths that stop people from asking for help at work. And if you're feeling burned out, I'm going to tell you why you're feeling that way. We'll take your calls and your chats. It starts now. I am coming to you live from Ramsey Studios in Nashville. And you are joining a conversation about who you are, what you were created to do, where you want to do that, and how you can get there. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you are going to finish well this week. If not, you're in the right place for us to begin to change that pattern. 844-747-2577. This show is all about you because you were created to fill a unique role in your work. You were created to contribute. Somebody out there needs you to be you, the best version of you, not somebody else, you. And so we're here to help you get clear so you can get qualified, get connected so you can get started, and get promoted so you can get the dream job so that you are living and working in purpose, on purpose, giving yourself away. Get clear, get qualified, get connected, get started, get promoted, get the dream job to give yourself away. Those are the 7 stages to significance in your work. So join us. Give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the show right there below the video window. That's a like, essentially. And then we want you to subscribe as well. And then share the show. 3 myths that stop people from asking for help at work. 3 myths that stop people from asking for help at work. Interesting. Harvard Business Review. Love HBR. All right, I'm going to walk through these very quickly, and we'll break these down. And as you're hearing this, I want you to ask yourself, is this me? Have I done this? Am I subject to these 3 myths? Number 1, asking for help makes you look bad. Now, this is pride. We talk about this a lot on the show here. That, you know what, I'm worried about what everybody's going to think about me. And if I ask for help, I'm essentially admitting that I don't know how to do my job, that I don't have what it takes. And it's just simply not true. In one study, asking for help with a simple task had no negative impact on perceived competence. More than that, in the same study, asking for help with a difficult task actually resulted in higher perceived competence. So, folks, you don't look like a doofus. You don't hurt your personal brand by asking for help. Turns out, doesn't hurt your brand and makes you even look more competent. You know why, by the way? When we have the courage to ask for help and other people see that, you know what they think? They go, oh, this person asked for help. I showed them how to do it. Now they know how to do it. And that's where the boost comes from. All right, myth 2. If I do ask for help, I'll be rejected. Fear of hearing the word no. This is so true. The fear of rejection is so big. Just hangs over us all the time. We don't want to feel the sting of no. Well, again, research shows that people are willing to help. And by the way, not only are they willing to help, they'll really dive in and help if you show a spirit of humility and gratitude. The 3rd myth, even if someone agrees to help, they won't enjoy doing it. So again, you feel like you are burdening them. So you're like, oh, I'm ruining their day. I had to stop their flow and ask them to help me out. That's what you think. That's what we all think. By the way, I'm guilty of all 3 of these myths, believing that these myths are truth. The reality is that if we look back to myth number 2, that people actually will help and enjoy it, then the idea here is that, of course, they enjoy it and they're not miserable in it because they feel a sense of value. By asking them for their help, you have shown them how much you value them, and that makes them feel valuable. So there you go. 3 myths that we all employ when it comes to asking for help. And so what's the big takeaway? Get over yourself. Ask for help. I said it before. I'll say it many more times. The most underutilized invaluable questions that we can ever employ is, will you help me? 844-747-2577, 844-747-2577. Go ahead and fire those chat questions away, and they'll get them here to me on the laptop. Make them detailed but brief, very clear on what you're asking. And listen, if you're taking the time to shoot a chat in and I can't answer it because there's not enough information, you can pick the phone up and call. Madison is standing by right now. She's already talked to Tammy, who is standing by in Richmond, Virginia. Tammy, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. How can I help?
So I'm a little nervous, so bear with me.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm calling because I'm lacking clarity and confidence and the ability to move on from my current job.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there for almost 20 years. It was my parents' business. They sold a couple of years ago.
Wow.
I'm still working for the new owner, but my role has completely changed, and I'm pretty unhappy.
Yeah.
I used to do all the bookkeeping and administrative type tasks, and now I'm totally flipped around, and I'm doing DOT things and hiring. I don't like it. I'm miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I have to communicate regularly with the other offices involved, and I'm kind of the odd man out now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm undermined a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't value my experience or my input. I work with one person in my office instead of 7 like it used to be. So I want to work around more people. I just don't know I don't know where to go.
Yeah. Well, let's okay, good. And I'm glad you've admitted all this, because this is the first step. Really saying, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's got to change. So you're in the right place, mentally and emotionally. Let's go back, because you've been there 20 years. This was a family business. Is it true that you were once on fire and really loved your work? Is that true or not?
Maybe not, because I didn't answer yes right away.
Yeah, I think you're right. But let's go. Yeah. Okay, let's go a little deeper. Instead of loving the job as a whole, were there parts of your 20 years or even a previous job, were there parts of that work that you said, I really enjoyed this part, and this part, but no, Ken, I can't say that I love the job even when mom and dad were in charge? Tell me what you did love. What are the clues that you can give me when I ask, what work do you love? You get excited thinking about this task or this role? When you're in the middle of it, you really have the juice. You just feel very much alive, and you're enjoying the actual task or role, and you spend a lot of time on it. So it has high emotion and high devotion. What comes to mind?
Well, as far as my current or my previous role in the company, I enjoyed the bookkeeping part. Not something I want to do full time all day. I used to own a business, and I really got fired up. I loved everything from the beginning, from planning to open the business, buying all the store fixtures, going through everything that I would have to do. I love planning events and projects, and I really do enjoy planning a business that I want to open one day.
Yeah. Okay. So these are good clues. So let me tell you what I wrote down: bookkeeping, planning, execution, project management. Doesn't mean we want to do all of these things all day long, but these are clues to you have had enjoyment when you've done some bookkeeping before, and I think that's because you enjoy details and order. Am I right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, let me give you an example. Tammy, I need Tammys in my life because I don't like details. They drain me. Just drain me. Whereas you go, ooh, we got a little bit of a mess here. Let me see all the parts and let me order it and fix it, and it looks all organized and efficient. And you go, oh, that's good. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. So I think
you've said number 2, being the number 2 person. I do, I have been that a lot.
Okay, great. So I think the clues here are, this is the work you enjoy doing. And I don't need to walk you through the rest of the get clear exercise, which is, what do you do best? That's talent. I think you know that. You're very clear on what you do well. And by the way, you have the hard skills and soft skills that make you good at planning, execution, project management, all that stuff. You already have that. So you know that. It's really now pulling it all together, which is what are the results that matter most. The type, you want to create these results out of your work. And again, we've got the clues here. I already told you and described you, and you go, yeah, I love bringing order. I love bringing efficiency. I love being involved in planning and execution. So those are the results of all that planning and execution. Those are the results that fire you up, correct?
Right, yes.
All right, so the question is,
Yep.
How do we find marketplace matches? Where that sweet spot of yours, that one-word role descriptor, which I don't do every day with callers, I'm going to start doing more of this. I'm going to put you on the spot. If you were going to describe yourself with one word, a professional in the marketplace, this is your role. Ken, if I'm filling this role, blank, I'm in my sweet spot. I am a very happy camper. What one word comes to your mind? And by the way, you can change it 2 minutes from now. I don't care, but this is an exercise. So what comes to your mind?
I'll go back to number 2 person.
I love it. So pick a word. Let's have fun. Let's go further. So number 2, you're a number 2, but really, you know what you are? You are say it. What's a one-word descriptor of what that number 2 embodies?
Organizer.
There we go. Again, don't get hung up on that word. Okay? Because a number 2 is like a COO, right? So that could be your word. I'm a COO. I'm an operations specialist. I'm a back-end guru. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just trying to free your mind to where you go, oh, I don't have to get so locked up on a job title. I just need to get clear on my role. And then I look in the marketplace and I see all the places where I can fill that role of number 2 or operations or fixer or manager or executor, whatever. I don't care. But you see where you're much clearer now than you were on the front of the phone call?
Yeah.
You know the kind of work that you love. So you're saying, Ken, I don't know where I want to go. Well, fair, you don't. But now you know what to look for. So the where takes care of itself now that you know the what. Got me?
So if I've been in this role so long, I have kind of lost touch with the rest of the business world.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm behind. I actually make a very decent income, and I don't think I can't get that in. I don't know. I'm just afraid I can't get that anywhere else.
Well, you just self-diagnosed. You could co-host the show with me one day, because you just said I'm afraid that I won't be able to make the kind of money. And do you have any evidence of that? No, you don't.
Not yet.
Well, you're trying to disprove you and me wrong. Well, that's not a good mindset. Okay. You're walking into this going, well, Ken, I haven't found the evidence yet, but I'm pretty sure no one's going to pay me. No one else is going to find me valuable. Yeah, see, you're laughing. You're laughing because it sounds pretty silly when you hear it. Okay? But we're not laughing at you, and I'm not making fun of you. I'm just helping you see, come on now. There's no evidence to this. You are afraid to stick your neck out there. You're afraid to look, but I've told you what to look for. Go look for it. When you go look for it, you're going to find you can make really good money because, Tammy, you are extremely valuable. Listen, this is not a winning situation for you. And I think you've allowed the transition to new owners, and you were the owner's daughter, the founder's daughter, and it's a whole new world, and there's all kinds of yuck, and it's just seeped into your head and your heart. And we just got you clear. Now let's move forward. 844-747-2577. Tim is up next in San Diego. Tim, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how's it going?
Tim, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
Good. So I'm starting school again here, and I just listened to the Ramsey podcast, Borrowed Future, and it's really eye-opening, so I really want to go debt-free.
Good.
My question is, a lot of companies offer free tuition, but most of these degree options are online. Is there a difference between traditional school and online, and do employers much care about that?
Employers could not care less.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, this was true prior to COVID. It's even more the case post-COVID. All the major colleges and universities are moving quickly and are going to have to pivot to online education. There's no difference between getting educated online versus sitting in a brick and mortar classroom. There just isn't. I mean, other than the personal touch and seeing your professor and being able to talk to them maybe that way. But again, online education doesn't matter at all to an employer. And not only that, the school that you go to doesn't even matter. So, yeah, man, be free.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, hang on the line. I'm going to give you a copy of my pal Anthony O'Neill, fellow Ramsey personality. He wrote the best-selling book, #1 bestseller, Debt-Free Degree. Madison, let's get Tim a copy of that, please. And Tim, go, go, go. And by the way, quick commercial on this. There is no data anywhere, none, that says that the prestige of your school, your college or university, has anything to do with your success in business. There's no data. They don't care. Fun example that I've done many times on the show. Last time you went to the doctor, think about it for a second. When the doctor came in, before the doctor examined you, did you say to her or him, "Excuse me, before we start the examination, would you mind going back to the office and bringing in the picture frames of your degrees? I would like to look at those, please"? Nobody says that. Nobody cares. So you shouldn't care either. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Hey, we were just talking money there with Tim. You know, the idea of getting his degree debt-free. And, of course, the Ken Coleman Show is a part of Ramsey Solutions, the home of the Dave Ramsey Show, who has helped millions and millions of people get financial peace. And so we've got another great free live stream event. Now, back in March, Dave Ramsey, Rachel Cruz, and I did the free live stream event, Message of Hope. And we told you this too shall pass. It is in the process of passing. And some of you are now going, boy, I should have paid attention to Dave Ramsey. Should have gotten rid of my debt. Should have had a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, and this pandemic wouldn't have fazed me from a financial standpoint. And so Dave and Chris Hogan and Rachel Cruz are now doing the What Now? Take Control of Your Money free live stream event. It's Thursday, June 25th. That's Thursday, June 25th. And it's at 7 Central. If you want to join us, you can for free, but you've got to text the word control to 33789. 33789, text the word control, and we will get you locked in with an RSVP, and it's June 25th, 7 p.m. Central. What Now? Dave Ramsey, Chris Hogan, Rachel Cruz. Join us. It's going to be a great night. It's going to set you up for the future. Chris Sill writes in, Ken, who should I list as references if I don't know anyone in the job field I am applying for? Well, Chris, you're not going to like this answer because I'm going to push you to work harder, dig deeper, uncover more rocks, and try really hard to find some connection to the hiring manager if you can't find a connection to someone in the job field. So you're in job field A and you have a bunch of contacts there and you're trying to move to job field B. And you're going, Ken, I don't know anybody in job field B. Well, you might not, but you might know somebody pretty well who knows a person over there and they can make a connection for you. And if you could do a coffee, a lunch, a FaceTime, a Zoom, whatever, and they say, all right, we've got a mutual connection, and they've said good things about you, and I'll vouch for you, and you know, I'll talk with you enough and get a sense for whether I feel you're qualified, and then I would be willing to give you a reference. See, this is digging. This is going to take time. Now, I want to say something. When I preach this, I want you all to know it's not the only way, and what I mean by that is this. People are still getting hired every day by just submitting resumes that A, don't look like ours, and B, don't have a real strong connection. It still happens. So at the end of the day, if you do it the way I teach and you truly get to your wits end and you can't find any connection at all, then go ahead and apply. Don't miss out on trying. But I'm telling you, our process here works better and it has a better return Because anytime you got a personal connection, it really does set you apart. And I don't think anybody argues with me on that. So that's my take. Melissa writes in, Ken, I'm trying to get out of debt, but I'm also wanting to change careers. Should I just go for it? I'm a teacher and I'm not sure I can mentally handle the stress any longer. Oh my goodness. Okay, because you're trying to get out of debt, I don't want you to leave teaching until you have a job to step into. In other words, I'm not a fan. I would never recommend that you have an interruption of income when you are trying to get out of debt. It's just too important. And if that short interruption, for some reason, turns into a longer interruption, now we got real problems. Not only are you trying to get out of job stress and you've traded one stress for another. So you've traded job stress for money stress. So I don't like that. Now, the only thing, I've had a lot of teachers call into the show. I'd love to talk with you, but if you're not willing to call in, 844-747-2577. Melissa, before you change, I want you to ask yourself this question. What is stressing me out in my job as a teacher? Specifically, write it out. What are the conditions? What are the realities that are causing stress for you? If you could remove those realities and conditions, would you still enjoy the role of instructing? And the reason I ask you that is because there are times where you can leave a public school environment and go to a private school or a charter school environment, or move up the level, maybe into higher education, or move into the corporate world where you are doing some training, which is, again, instructing. I just don't want you to completely miss what's causing you to be so stressed out. And then if we were to remove those stressors, would you love teaching? I hear this a lot. And so that can give you great clarity as you think about, well, where would I change? Am I ultimately changing careers? Maybe fields, but you're still in that role of instructor teacher. So that's what I want you to think through there. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Matt writes in, Ken, I'm in the get clear stage. How would you determine your talents and skills from your natural ability that you're good at instead of skills you picked up and had to get good at but not passionate about? Doing too much thinking here, Matt. Okay, 3-part processing, get clear, which you know, which is what am I best at? What do I do best? So whether it be skills you've acquired or natural talents, it doesn't make any difference. Really, your categories here under what I do best are hard skills, soft skills. Hard skills, soft skills. Abilities, qualities. Okay, soft skills being character traits, personality traits, those kind of interpersonal talents and skills. So what you do is you, let's say you made a list of 20 things you're good at. Then you come back and you rank those and you go, I'm looking for the best of the best. So let's say I've got 20 skills on a piece of paper here and I go through them and I go, which one of these are 10s? Do I have any 10s? Okay, if not, are there any 9s? Oh yeah, I got 8 9s. Oh, wow, okay. And I got, I think there's probably 5, 8 level here. Okay, great. So I want the 8s, 9s, and 10s, just for the awareness side of things, okay? And then once we get clear on what we do best, then we move over and we go, what work do I love to do? It gives me high emotion when I think about it and when I'm engaged in it, and I've got a lot of devotion for this task. I think about it even when I'm not working. I'm preparing for it. I'm trying to get better at it. Time seems to disappear. I really love the work. I love spending time on it. 20 minutes is 2 hours, and I have to remind myself to go home at night because I love it. That's what we're talking about. And so that's the progression. 844-747-2577. For those of you who have been listening to the show on radio and Sirius XM or the podcast, you've heard me talk about this a lot. I was doing some review this morning, Joe and Madison and Nathan, and it occurred to me that a lot of new people joining the YouTube show all the time. And I want to review some core teaching on this idea of being burned out. Because a lot of you right now that are watching, you are feeling burned out and you're telling people, I'm burned out. And burnout is a feeling. It's not a condition. It's not a medical condition. The World Health Organization has come out and debunked that myth. But you hear that, oh, it's a medical condition. Well, no, it isn't. burnout is a feeling, okay? Much like a physical, and it has, by the way, physical side effects. It's real. It's absolutely real what you're feeling. But it's like me going to the doctor and saying, I've got back pain, and I know the back pain's real, it hurts. I don't know what's causing the back pain. And so we're going to now come at it and look for what is the source of the pain. So the burnout you're feeling isn't just this, well, I'm burned out. Oh, there it is. Got to restart. No, not necessarily. So let's look at 5 causes of what is actually built up on your heart to where you have no joy and connection to the work. And that will cause you to feel burned out. So here are the 5 causes. Number 1, it's not in your sweet spot. You aren't using what you do best to do work that you love to produce a result that matters to you. Talent, passion, mission are not evident in your current role. You might be talented at it. You're good at the job, but you don't love it, and it doesn't produce a result that really fires you up. You could even be 2 of the 3. And by the way, you can be successful just on talent alone. But if we look at talent and passion, okay, well, I'm good at it and I do enjoy the work, but there's not a real connection to the results. Well, over time, you'll get to the 5th cause there, and I'll explain that in a little bit. They all intertwine. The 5th cause of buildup, which makes you feel burned out. All right, so you're not in your sweet spot. Number 2, you're in a toxic work environment. You can be in your sweet spot and come into an environment that is toxic, either toxic team members or toxic leadership, which would then be an overall toxic culture. And you can be in your sweet spot but not want to come in because it's toxic. 3rd cause of feeling burned out. You're overwhelmed. You've said yes too many times, or you've got, again, some poor leadership where they've just stacked too much on you and you feel like you're drowning when you get in the car in the morning. You're not even in the building yet. You feel like, I can't breathe. I'm drowning. I cannot handle this stress. It's too much. Okay? So that's a big cause. Just being overwhelmed. You need help. You got to talk to your leader. You got to get some of that off of you. 4th cause. You feel underappreciated. You don't feel recognized and rewarded for your work. And we know from HR data that adults would prefer being publicly recognized and rewarded over a raise. So this is real stuff. And you feel underappreciated. This is why people leave companies. They don't feel known and noticed. The 5th cause is just straight up boredom. You could be in your sweet spot and get to a point where you're bored because there's no new challenge. You're not challenging yourself and growing in the sweet spot. So those are the 5 causes of buildup on the heart. And what happens is those things build up over time. And by the way, many of you are experiencing all 5, some of you 2 or 3 and 1. But it builds up and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And so let me illustrate, because we're on YouTube. Right now, I put my hand on my heart. And I can feel my heart beating right now. But if I were to put on a heavy coat and then another heavy coat and then another heavy coat, or blankets, about 3 or 4 of those, and I can put my hand right back where my heart is, but because of all the layers of fabric on my chest, I can press in even. I can't feel my heart. I know it's there. I know I'm alive. I can't feel my heart beating. This is what I'm talking about. Those 5 causes, they just build up and build up and build up and build up and build up. And you walk in and you just feel like a meaningless robot. There's no heart. There's no connection. And that's what fires us up when we talk about work that matters. 844-747-2577 is the number. Let's go to Aaron, who is joining us in Denver, Colorado. Aaron, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet. What's up, Aaron?
So I've been trying to get clear for a couple years now, and recently I've been thinking I want to start my own business. But when I did the career clarity guide, my talents and passions line up with my business ideas, but the only mission I can think of does not line up with the business ideas.
Interesting. I wonder if you're overthinking this, but let's put it to the test. I've never had somebody say what you just said to me, so I'm really actually excited to dive in here. So give me the talent, passion, and mission that you got in the career clarity guide. What'd you come up with?
So for talents, like I'm really good at organizing and creating systems. I'm really detail oriented, but I also have like a creative side, and I like kind of design aspects of things.
Good. Okay. What do you love to do?
For passions, I love drawing and painting. I love biology, like I like plants and animals, and then I also like creating like documents. Like I like to do the research and pull it all together, and then do the layout and make it look nice. Okay,
good. Research and design. So there's already great parallels between what you do best and what you love to do most, which there always is. Okay, and so results that matter most to you, these are going to be a direct result of what you just told us. So what are the results that fire you up?
So the only thing I can think of, I feel like a bad person because I can't think of any people that I want to help.
No, well, but here's the deal. It's because you're probably overthinking it. So just tell me the result, and then I'll tie it back to people.
Okay, so the only thing that I can think of that I really care about is helping wildlife or conservation.
Okay, but see, but I'm going to challenge you on that because you actually care about way more than that. The results that matter most to you are also nice looking design, an organized and efficient process. Like you just said it earlier. When you were talking about passion, you said, Ken, I really love researching and getting to the bottom of something and then pulling it all together and making it look good. So you enjoy seeing order out of your work, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, maybe I just feel like my mission has to be something really big, and I'm discounting like smaller missions.
Well, even then what you just said is wrong. Your mission is big to you. Who cares what I think of your mission? Who cares if it's not, I'm trying to save orphans in third world countries? Does that vision for somebody else and that mission for somebody else, is that better than your mission? No, it's not. So let's have fun. What is the business you want to launch?
Well, I'm kind of stuck between a couple. I've already kind of started like an Instagram for my artwork.
Great.
But I don't know if I want to sell prints. And then the other business idea I have is more like personal organization. Okay,
now let's match that up. Okay. So the business would be either selling your own artwork, so that matches up with what you do best, the design, the creative side of things, the artistic side of you. It matches up with what you love to do, which is drawing and painting. That's what you love to do. And drawing and painting, what benefit does art have for people? The people that buy art, why do they buy it? What's the benefit of your artwork to somebody who buys it?
I don't know, just something nice to look at.
No, go deeper. You know what the answer is. Say it. When I buy a piece of art, whether it be a sculpture, a painting, a wonderful picture that a photographer took, why do I buy that? What does it do for me when I hang it on my wall proudly? What's happening there?
It makes you happy or feel good.
Okay, so is your art helping people?
I guess in a small way.
No, stop saying small. Of course it helps people. Who are the people you want to help? See, what I'm doing is with who do you want to help? What problem do they have? What solution do you bring to that? You're taking it so literally that you were having the disconnect. And I appreciate the fact that you were diving so deep, but I think you took it too literally. So I'm kind of pulling you back a little bit to go, wait a second. Who are the people that you want to help? Everybody. Anybody who likes art, right? You want to inspire them. You want to make them feel good. You want to make their room look pretty. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. And so what is the need they have? They want art. That's their need. They want it. A want is just as valuable as a need. And so then the solution is what? You creating art. I mean, I can't imagine a world without art. Can you, Erin?
No.
All right, then. So are you starting to see that this is as big as it needs to be? It's big for you, which means it's big. So the question becomes, all right, let's look at the second business, which is the organizing business. Again, it lines up. So you're going, who are the people you want to help? People that are naturally detailed disasters. Hello, Ken Coleman. Okay? I run too fast. I'm not naturally organized person. I'm not a detail person. I need the Aarons in my life to help keep order. So again, we walk through that. Who are the people you want to help? Business people moms
people that are stressed.
There you go, working moms, right? That need some organizational help. They need their pantry organized. They need their kids' closets organized. They need some order in their life, and they don't even know where to start. And you walk in and you go, "Oh yeah, I got this," right?
Yeah.
So come on, Aaron, are you there now? You see, both business ideas are connected to your mission. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think I was just trying to make the mission out to be something really, really big that maybe isn't applicable to my life.
That's right. But I am so proud of you, Aaron, for diving in this. Because again, before I let you go, I want you to hear this. It's big for you. Let's just think about this. 20, 30 years from now, if you've launched one or both of these businesses, let's say one's full-time, the other side, maybe you do your art on the side, maybe you do both. I'm going to challenge you to consider, how could you do both? Where you never lose that creative, artistic side of you, but you love the organization. Maybe that's your core business. Maybe you have both. If you're doing that successfully and you're your own boss, and you look back on your life and you see success in both of those areas, don't you think that might be pretty darn big to you?
Yeah, that would be really awesome if I could do both, because I really can't decide.
By the way, you can, but you can't do them both at the same level. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I love that you started the Instagram thing. So get the art stuff going, and then commit to going, I'm going to create X amount of pieces of art or whatever. But I'm going to really go at this organizing and see what that industry looks like, and see if I can go work for somebody else full time and really learn how to do the business itself, and then eventually go on my own. So one of these is going to have to be primary, and one is going to have to be secondary. But the good news is they're both in your life. And I just want to encourage you, and I'm so glad you called, Aaron, because I think people need to hear your perspective. Because there's a lot of people out there who go, well, Ken, I don't have this like big, grand problem-solving mission. Well, who said it had to be, right? And who says it isn't? So there you go. Really proud of you, Aaron. I think you need to be doing both of these things. Never let go of either one of these things. Maybe one's a business and one is a hobby that you turn into a side business later. You can figure out how to do it. I trust you. I believe in you, and I know you can do it. Wow, where does the time go? Hey, make sure you can also listen to the program on SiriusXM and your local radio station and wherever you listen to podcasts. Hey, thanks for joining us. Until next time, remember, you matter. You have what it takes. Press on.